I don't have any Cradle of Filth lyrics today because I'm unprepared, and also because there's a really big storm going on outside my house right now. So I'm pretty sure Old Mother Nature's got me covered. But welcome back, my friends. My name is Tommy. It's time to kill everyone with rats here in Carrion Crown. It's a huge mess. It's definitely... The AP has gone a direction I did not think it would go. But that's okay, because it's our AP and we make it super fun. As always, Anthony, Robin, Emmy, thank you guys so much for your support on Patreon. Chewie, thank you for figuring out how technology works. Once again, you did it, my friend. I'm going to go ahead and kick right over to the board. Well, boom! And we will start... Actually, no, I won't. Go back. Whoop, 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 whoop. We'll take it from top to bottom once again for our in-character reflection. So you can put a voice to a name of a player and a character in this stiff. And so we begin with Edgar Xavier. Chewie, if you could tell everybody your race, your class, archetypes, and things, and then give us an in-character reflection for that hero point, which you guys probably need given how dire the circumstances are right now.
Yeah. Okay. I am Edgar Xavier. I am a vampire hunter, Nosferatu, so I'm the old man type. And I'm a level 2 vampire hunter, and for that reflection, I hope the General of Vengeance is watching over me right now, because what happened today? We found a mysterious blood message with the letter V that spelled a name. It was not a number 5. Let's see, the sunlight was hitting me, which made it very uncomfortable. And then I was also spent the night in jail. And now there are rats. Lots of rats. And all my alchemical weapons have been taken because these guys don't understand that we need those loots more than they do, because we're actually fighting the things, trying to find the problems in this town, so they need to listen to us. But I can't change people's opinion. So, here we are. Please watch over me, General of Vengeance.
When half the party goes to jail and loses all their stuff, it does make for an interesting low-level play. But take your hero point, my friend, as we go to the Thunder. And one of the smarter players, I'll say, from the Carrion Crown run, the man with many squadron hawks, old Molden.
My character is Molden, Oni Tiefling, Oni Spawn Tiefling, an Inquisitor of Feronia. Alright, this next part. Alright, I'm going to try this. I don't know why I've been with this party. I'm very confused as to why they seem to be trusting people that they don't know just because they're in power. It seems foolhardy. I mean, the cat and the Dampier, they went to get to research things, and then they just sat there and got caught. How could somebody do something so foolish? I am not sure if I'm in the right party. These people, they must do something, and then they are almost. It's almost as if they want to get caught and not be able to help people. I don't know if they are on the side of good or on the side of stupid. Well, and then now we've run into rats, and they decided to stay inside of them. I don't understand this tactic. I must figure this out. That's all I got.
And it is all you need, my friend. Take your hero point as we go down to the caster who has no spells and no familiar and several tiny little bite marks and no dex. An old friend of mine who I didn't think would show up to Carrion Crown and then die a miserable death. But hey, Siri, how you doing?
Hello. All right, I am playing Isiri, Lady Luck, the Black Cat of Ravengrow. She is a words. My brain is like bleh from work this week. All right. She is a serendipity shaman, and right now she has 3 decks because she's taken a lot of dex damage. She's got no spells, no equipment. No, she's got some cantrips. She threw some water on the rats last time. Didn't do much. So, in character reflection, I guess. Oh, I should mention. Apparently, Chaotic Stupid is in alignment now. But here we go. Oh boy. If these rats don't kill me, I'm probably gonna die of filth fever now. This is not fun. I need I could really use some medical attention beyond just my own, but Father Grimborough doesn't seem very keen on helping me anymore. It was it's hard to believe after all this time he's not as trustworthy as I thought. I mean, I've been here for years, and I thought out of anyone in this town besides the professor, I could trust him. Well, I suppose if things get too heated, I can always just go back home, but I would definitely need some help getting a teleport scroll. All right. Try not to die. Not today.
Try not to die. Well spoken. And last but not least, the man with many spells, the man with the biggest last name of the entire party by about a mile, Geldern Dunkelschatten.
Well, first of all, Geldern Dunkelschatten is a shadow sorcerer. He's also a Kayal or a fetchling. Some may know it under the first name, other second name, rather than the first. So the first one is how the race themselves call them, while the second one is how pretty much the game calls them. Well, to the character reflection. First, there were a lot of strange events we had. First, as we were separated from the two, our party, and only to later found out that they had been put in jail, and for some reason we actually somewhat got involved with that too. They seem to think that we might have something to do with that too. Thankfully, I had managed to talk myself out of being a subject the day before, pretending to be drunk. But our teammates seem to be strangely trusting, and they seem to like sharing all their secrets with their captors. That was somewhat concerning. As a merchant, I know that you shouldn't tell people everything, and that at least white lies should be used. But, oh well. The good people often are too trusting. Then we also had the strange bloody V on the statue, and we had the vision that flashed, spelling out Visor. And we still have no idea what that means. So we wanted to investigate the old prison. And a short moment after we arrived there, swarms of vermin attack us, rats. And they are so numberful that they actually threaten our life now. We got somewhat separated and spread out. I'm a bit worried that people might die if this keeps going. Yep, that's it.
Yep, that's it. Good enough for me. Geldern's doing a heckin' worry for his friends and gets a hero point. And back to combat we go. Top of the initiative is... And somebody's going to have to correct me if I did the top of the initiative last time. But I don't think I did. I think I did the bottom of the initiative. And it would be the rats on top of Cheide. They cannot hit the eagle. Unfortunately, Molden's shiny, probably not shiny golden hawk, more like a... I have to imagine Feronia's eagles look more like teeny tiny phoenixes or like firebirds or the like, just like radiating glorious heat. Is not inside my amount of squares, so all I can do is ask for Chewie to make me 2 fortitude saves.
Alrighty.
And they continue to crawl all up and down you and do a nom for that much. 2 points of damage and 2 fortitude saves, my friend.
Whoa. Did it roll?
I believe it did not.
Okay. Roll again. There it went.
Okay, the first one is a number. The second one is also a number. I have to double check a thing. Do you see that? Okay. Very good. In that case, there's just a bunch of biting and it passes to Geldern.
Alright. I guess it's time to use some extra magic. Well, I guess the 4-round action magic missile somewhat counts as a first level spell. But mechanically, it's a 0 level spell, so the first spell slot that I'm actually using up.
Indeed.
And sadly, those 2 rat swarms are just barely too far apart from each other, so if I want to create a single structure, it wouldn't quite fit to box in both of those. So based on the current situation, I think I will try to help out our catfolk person first. So
Much
I will
appreciated.
use silent image to create a structure of 2 boxes around the rats, of pretty much like walls coming out of the ground and boxing the rats and the catfolk in. And at the same time, I yell, "Don't be tricked by the walls! They are illusions!"
It sounded like Stevie for a second there. Or Stewie Griffin.
Don't be tricked by the walls, they're illusions. Damn! Okay, so then that
Exactly.
means if you can see the red boxes that are drawn on the board, please make a will save. Unless you're Geldern. Obviously, Geldern knows his illusion is an illusion. It's too real, 150% real. I fool myself. What's the DC, Robin?
Let me quickly check my character sheet, but I'm pretty sure it should be 16.
I got a 16.
Nice. And you actually, everyone who hears him, the rats obviously don't speak common or have the brain power to understand it, all get a +4 on that save because they know it's an illusion. This will be the one inside the walls. Okay. Okay. Nice. Oh, how the tables have turned. However, I will still need a Siri. Noted. And noted from Molden. Can I get it from the Eagle as well, please?
Oh, for will save?
Yeah.
Okay. Even though it's probably not going to go through it.
Right, but it could.
I'm looking for its will. Okay.
Whoa, those 2 natural ones were the saving throws for the rats?
Yep, that was both rats.
Nice!
It's real bad. It's not
Do
good.
you see that?
Real.
I see the 13.
Well,
Okay.
those rats won't be trying to get out of there, it seems.
Nope, no, they will not. Okay. So I believe the eagle believes those walls are real. The rats believe the walls are real. Everybody else, I'm sure. Does a 18's good enough, right, Robin?
Yep.
All right, fair enough. Will there be anything else?
The eagle can fly over the wall. So
Well, I can move, but I don't think it's worth it. I don't want to be close to the rats. I might take a small step back to hide behind the Oni.
I told you all to run, right? That was the last thing I said.
Well, currently I'm far enough away from the rats that I'm not being attacked, and before I know that the others hopefully safe, I don't want to run, especially because if I run too far, my illusions would be out of range and I would lose control over them.
Indeed. Alrighty. I believe it passes to Molden then.
Alrighty then. I will tell everybody, all right, everybody, we need to get out of here now. Try to get out of here as quickly as you can. I will move 20 feet away, and then I will hold my action to attack anything that comes within range of me if the rat swarm somehow gets all the way next to me. So 20 feet away, and then the eagles, 5, 15, 20. The eagles will do their triple attack. The eagle will do his triple attack.
Okay, sounds good. A 10 sounds not so. Is the 18 also part of that roll?
Yep. I need to find a way to bracket that better, but yeah.
It's all good.
I just made a macro for it.
Yeah, it's 18, 5, and 10, I think, right?
Yep, 18, 5, and 10.
The 18 is the only one
I'll
that hits.
adjust that macro later.
5 and 10
Alright.
miss, 18 hits. As I look up some.
And the first one will always be the bite, and then the other two will be the claws.
Gotcha.
Oh wow!
Nice.
Nice, fair enough.
I think it ate a bunch of little rats there.
Several rats get
Gobbles up some rats.
Indeed. Alrighty.
Natural enemy to rats, eagles.
Will that be all?
Yes, I did all my actions, and the eagle took 3 action. Did both of its thing do full attack.
Okay, understood. Alrighty. So, Asiri, at the top of your turn, you see these walls appear, but they are blue and like semi-transparent, which like you can see through them, and you know they are in fact illusions. And you're up, and I bet muted. Yeah.
Yeah, still muted. So, straight line out of here.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think I can 5 foot away and then sprint.
You cannot. What you can
So-
tell is the rats, as they're like, there are definitely some still trying to nom at you. A lot of them are also like, their paws come up to scratch at where the wall is, and they begin digging around it and stuff. But it's pretty clear they think there's a wall there.
All right. Well, let's measure. So I can probably get behind where everyone is, like all the way to the edge of the map, with my 160-foot full run.
Is it 160
Full retreat?
feet? I believe the run action is 4 times your speed. So that should be
Isn't that an
120.
ability of the cat?
But I get the +10
Oh, yes.
to my
fair
run
enough.
speed.
Nice.
Yeah.
Duly noted.
So Asiri is just going to go zoom.
Zoom, zoom, zoom. Alright, fair enough.
Sonic.
Sonic speed! We've done that already here in this party. We don't need to do it today. Fair enough. A full round action as Siri tears out of there. The rats at the top of their turn are going to make another... Basically, the only thing they can do is just constantly try to save over that illusion. Because they are interacting with it.
Yeah.
But with a +2...
Yep.
With a +2 to my will save, does a 15 get there?
Yes, barely failed.
Fair enough. So some of the rats, as a series taken off and sprinting, some of the rats like go to lean after her, and some of them physically go through what is an illusion, but then seem to like start panicking like they can't move because there's a wall behind them. They start like scritching around and stuff as if they've been cask of Amontillato'd or Han Solo and carbonated, I suppose. And they can do nothing. Edgar.
I'd like to run. Double move.
Okay.
Just to get away.
Understood.
Let's see, that's 30 times 4. Be 120. Let's see here. Can I just do two moves in it and move twice?
Sure.
I think. Okay. Let's see here, that is still on ruler. Hang on. There we go.
Okay.
And then move. Okay.
Duly noted. Will that be all?
Yes.
Alrighty. So all I can do, and you guys can definitely outrun these now, but that doesn't mean I still can't do a run. So it takes me the run action. I'm pretty sure, right? Wouldn't it? Yeah. Definitely have to do a run to try to get over. And so we do. It provokes from Geldern as the rat moves, or the rats, plural, move into Geldern's square.
Alright, I guess I get to stab at them with my dagger. I think I have a dagger. Yes, dagger and ropes, equipment. Oh man, I have so much equipment. Oh yeah, and my backpack with a bunch of stuff. But yeah, my equipment in ways of armor and weapons is a dagger and ropes.
Yeah, good.
Classical caster.
Does the rats moving out of the threatened space of the eagle provoke an attack of opportunity?
Yes, it does. I'm sorry, I should have said that. I forgot the eagle was there. The eagle also gets to
Oh, that's
attack.
fine. I don't know how close they are to dying or anything like that. So,
There are a lot of them, and that misses.
and that's okay. Yeah.
And Geldern also misses.
I
And
probably don't hit.
indeed, and so we do. At the end of their turn, Geldern takes 6 points of damage, and if Geldern could make 2 fortitude saves for me.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I mean, fortitude, yeah, no bonuses, only will.
Okay, duly noted. Nice. Okay. So
I'm not sure if that's nice.
I mean, it's nice for the rats. So as these guys come springing out, they begin climbing up on Geldern and biting him all over. And in some places, they bite like where it counts, like the veins on your wrist, your temple, your neck, things like that. Geldern rapidly begins vomiting. And that means why that's nice is because now you are nauseated for a number of turns. But first, I have to double check because I'm about 90% sure what that means is you can't concentrate on a spell. It doesn't mean it falls like right this second, but
Does it trigger right away?
no, it just means on your turn. So creatures with a nauseated, yeah, as soon as you fail to save, you're nauseated.
Did I catch frost fever? Doesn't that have an onset? Like, doesn't it take a number of days before it breaks out?
Yes, that's
Hill
correct.
fever and the nauseated are different.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So, thrown up all over the place is a Geldern as it passes to Geldern, who can do nothing but take a move action, including concentrate on a spell. The silent image is go bye-bye. Fortunately, Assyria was able
But
to
I
get
can-
out.
Yeah. And they spent one turn in which they couldn't run, so that's helpful.
Indeed.
Well, in that case, I want to book it to... I can still do double move action, I assume.
You get nothing but one move action.
Only one move action. Ew.
Let me double check that. I may be wrong, but I'm going to be super sure. The only such action a character can take is a single move action. Yeah.
You okay?
Fortunately, you can use that to get on the other side of Geldern. Or on your Geldern. On the other side of Molden. On the other side of everyone.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, but we all have a turn before it's his turn again.
Yeah.
That's true. And before it's the rat's turn again.
Mm-hmm.
Or I think. It's the normal 1 square is 5 feet wide.
Correct.
So I can I think I have 30 move at the KL. Yeah, 30. Pretty normal. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't really move further that direction. The map ends there,
Okay.
but 1 square further in theory.
Got you. Understood. 1 square off the map. Understood.
Yeah.
All right, Molden.
It. I don't know what to do at this point because I know we got to run away from the rats, but Ed here, Geldrin here, it seems to be unable to run, and I don't know if he'll be able to recover in time.
It's pretty difficult to properly breathe while you're throwing up.
Yeah. That's very true.
Exactly. So how hurt are you?
Half HP.
Okay.
My HP is 12 and I took 6.
I will have my eagle double move and actually land right here.
Okay.
And then it is on the ground to hopefully help, and then I will run and tell everybody, move as fast as you can! And then I will book it.
Okay. Understood. Is Siri?
I am not muted this time.
Haha!
She is going to double move, or going to run, like full run off the map. And she is going to like sort of take the lead in finding a place to regroup.
Okay. Understood. So, fun fact. There's a tornado warning in my part of the world. I don't hear any sirens going off.
Oh my.
I hear no sirens, and I've lived in the Midwest for my entire life, so that's basically a normal everyday thing. But if I should get sucked out the window, remember me. In any case, is that all?
You will be missed.
Oh, thank you. If that's all from Assyria, the rats well and truly do descend upon the eagle. The damage is arbitrary because it would be sent away before any disease happens, but a single point of damage. And does Edgar have any desire to stay on the battlefield?
No.
All right, just had to be double clear. Okay. Duly noted. Off you boys go, and also Siri. Away from Harrowstone, the sounds of an eagle cawing as the rats chitter all over the place echo throughout the night.
Well, the eagle's attacking back.
Of course. The eagle probably goes away before they could do enough damage to do anything, really. Man, I cannot see out my window from the rain. I'm gonna die in a tornado! Fun! Anyway, moving on. You guys do make it back.
Isn't this eagle like special to something that lasts longer? Wasn't that something like that? That it lasts in a different way, not like rounds, but minutes
per
or
level.
something?
Yep.
Yeah, so it lasts 2 minutes. It should probably last long enough until it dies.
Or kills the rats.
Yeah, fair enough.
But, I mean, either way, yeah, it knew what it had to do at that point.
So,
Right,
hey,
someone
fun
died.
fact to everybody who's watching. There are, in fact, sirens going off now. So,
Yeah, I just heard it in the background.
Yeah, I can hear him.
yeah, I probably would. Anybody be super offended if I jumped off here because the tornado sirens are going?
No,
Nope.
of course not. You need to get to get to a safe place.
And so I will.
As much as I want the rats to be sucked out the window, I don't want you to be sucked out with them.
Good enough. All right, you guys go to level 3, and it's a really short session tonight. Stay posted. I may come back for later and put these together if nothing happens. But for now, thank you for watching. I'm out because we're streaming.
Yep.
So I would like to take this time to thank my patrons for allowing me in this neoliberal world, work until you die, in which we live, to go downstairs and take shelter when there's a tornado warning in my area. I'm a native of Kansas and Missouri my whole life, so it's kind of like, oh, tornado warning? Let's all step outside and look at it. Nevertheless, the ability to round up my pets and run downstairs is appreciated. Y'all are beautiful. So beautiful that you leveled 3. And we're just going to pick right up, and no one will know any different on YouTube. Fun times! You guys make it your way back to a Raven Grow, and the floor is yours. There's no need for an in-character. This is still one session. What do, team?
Well, currently I'm feeling terrible. So, I personally would like to see healer.
I would, yeah, that is good. And I took Life Dominant Soul, so heal me, healer.
Okay. So there is one healer you can see in Raven Grow.
And that is a Siri?
Siri has no ability to cast spells without her familiar. Despite the level, you have the spells. You have not communed with your familiar. Malden might have.
It is not a spell.
Ah, well, what is it?
And it's not Cure Light Runes. It's Channel Energy.
Have you?
Oh,
Channel Positive Energy.
That's fair. You can do that.
Like a cleric.
All right, nerd, channel your energy.
heal
Jeez,
me!
that's all the healing you get though, because Grimborough thinks y'all are a bunch of grave robbing heathens.
Roll.
Sir, I have not been grave robbing.
No, you just
All
been
right.
hanging out with your drunk
Neither
friend.
have I.
So, whoever this applies for, 2d6 coming your way.
I assume the whole party. I don't think anyone didn't.
Guys!
Feels bad, man.
Did you roll Snake Eyes? Yeah,
You
Snake
did.
Eyes.
Now, after that, I'm gonna pop open my potion of inflict light wounds and drink it down to heal
But,
myself. After
I'm assuming that Edgar was out of the way of the channel bomb.
No, Edgar
I
took
can
the
be healed
heat.
by him now. Life Dominant Soul. I
Oh.
can be healed by it.
Got you. Fair enough.
Before you chug that bottle down, maybe you should let me try to do that again.
Oh, I didn't know you could do it more than once.
Yep,
did as
it's
well.
based on my charisma modifier. Woo!
Okay.
And Snake Eyes
Means I get at
again.
least 2. I didn't roll yet.
I know you didn't.
All right.
I'm watching it. Hmm.
He's just cursing you. Well,
Yeah,
I'm back to full.
fair enough.
But I'm still diseased.
Not yet.
That's
You don't.
something
You don't
that I
know.
would like.
So this is what positive energy feels like.
It
and it
feels.
doesn't burn now.
It just kind of tingles a little. And your hand probably also chooses monster. That's going to harm us. What monster?
I have found a way to bypass it through sheer willpower of my mind.
Truly, master, you are a genius.
Exactly.
Alrighty. Channel energy and potions and things. If the potion happens, they happen. What is the
It
next
doesn't.
move, team?
So, next move would probably be to treat the wounds from the rats.
Okay.
Just like disinfectant, whatever I can get.
Okay, so let me pop open.
Yeah,
I know
I'll
we
help.
had to look at this in Rune Lords not too long ago. I'm gonna pop it open here too, because I forget how this
Do we pour
works.
alcohol on it?
Well, I might still be able to talk the cleric into trying to see if he can cure me from any diseases.
And I do have the
Because I haven't been directly involved with any grave robbing.
Indeed. Okay, so
I'm
before
only not
anybody does
sketchy.
any healing for diseases at all, it's kind of metagaming without a knowledge nature check because no one has contracted anything yet.
Yeah.
So
Fair.
Well, do you mean
If and you can make a
nothing
knowledge
has
nature
broken
check.
out yet?
Right. Okay, yeah, never mind.
I
Moldin
Yeah,
knows. Moldin knows.
also,
Y'all are
kind
gross.
of like common knowledge that rats carry diseases.
It would be a very
No,
low
well,
knowledge nature check, like a 12.
While it's a low knowledge nature, you still need a knowledge nature.
Yeah.
Is what he's
Otherwise,
trying
it's
to say.
kind of metagaming. But yeah, Moldin definitely knows that the bites all of you have are infected.
Do we pour alcohol on it?
Even so, there are no more bite wounds because they all get healed away magically.
So what
Like-
what you guys can do without like some kind of magic to fix it is I'll say there are enough healers kits to do so at Kendra's house. You would basically someone would make a heal check against the DC of the poison, and if it exceeds the DC oh, hold on, I'm looking at disease. Every time the poison character makes a saving throw against the poison, you make a heal check. If your heal check exceeds the DC of the poison, the character receives a +4 competence bonus on his saving throw against the poison.
Wait, I thought it was disease.
Oh, yes, fair enough. You're right. Rats aren't poisonous. Or are they? Spoopy ghost rats, no one will know! Yeah, you're right. Every time the diseased character makes a saving throw against disease effects, you make a heal check. If your heal check exceeds the DC of the disease, the character receives a +4 competence bonus on a save against it. So you can't necessarily, you can't clear it up necessarily, but you can like clean and dress the wound.
Okay.
What's up?
And you can do guidance before you do that.
Why, yes.
Yeah, I have a heal check as well. I don't know if it's better than Cities.
So I'll give us both guidance.
What's your normal heal? I mean, how well are you at it?
A total of 5.
8.
Okay, you're better than me. I'll be assisting.
Okay, so it sounds like a series making the check, and Molden and Edgar will do 8 and others.
All right.
Okay.
That 8, both 8 and other succeeded.
That they did.
Bada boom.
Okay, so before
And
we
she
go,
has she guidance herself before she did it.
before any other rolls are made, which character is receiving this heal check?
Right.
Ah, fair.
Probably you first, actually, Siri. You probably should
Yeah.
do it first.
Yeah. You deserve it.
Okay, understood. Really quickly, I need to.
So that's a 22.
Gotcha. I'm just checking a thing really fast. The NPCs in Carrion Crown are like all over the place. She's not the. Yeah, okay, never mind. Kendra sees it, but Kendra can't really help. So, okay, the check has been made a little faster than it should have been, but like in a mechanical sense, that will give us area +4 on the 4th save.
Nice. All right, who's next?
Well, I would like
Let's go
treatment.
All right.
The doctor decides, though. I think both me and the vampire.
Yeah, you're next, so Eldrin.
Oh,
Oof.
wonderful.
And I'm taking
That's
it,
still with guidance.
So nice.
16.
which is still
And I
enough.
got an 18.
All right.
I'm assuming
And then-
Asiri is the primary, like everyone is aiding her.
Yeah, we are trying to help her.
Okay,
At least
gotcha.
that's what I am trying to do.
And
Well,
you all are putting guidance on yourselves, right?
No, I do
I
not
have the
put
numbers
guidance
on
on
my
myself.
end. I got it. Go ahead and roll.
All right, because I can give. I don't know how many rounds it lasts, but I think I can give everyone guidance.
You can.
Second a minute, but once per.
Yeah, also once once the check is done, it's used up.
Mhm.
Yep.
So you have to
but it's
reapply it every
It's
time.
cantrip, so I can just do it every time.
Yeah, I'm just saying that you have to
The thing about
reapply
heal
it.
checks,
Yeah.
though, it takes a lot of time. That's the thing about heal checks. So
Oh, yeah.
this is taking a lot of time for us to heal each other.
This will probably take the rest of the day to stop.
I thought it was already late at night, so
It was kind of
Well-
like 7, 8 o'clock as you guys headed to Harrowstone, so you're going to bed after this.
Well,
Okay.
it's probably worth it to get rid of ability damage causing diseases.
Mhm. Okay.
So I get a plus
Especially
1.
because we have people who already took ability damage.
Indeed. Chewie, you're a little quiet. If you could come up a little again for us. Also,
Yeah.
all that happens. The checks are checks that happen. Kendra basically just brings people food and water, and she continues to. It's a mess out there. If you guys don't do something about the population of Ravengrow and how they feel about you soon, there's going to be a mob.
That's
We
not
can't
nice.
do much more tonight.
Okay.
Well, I might be able to sneak in and get some spells from Lulu.
She nods thoughtfully.
More sneaking in.
All right, I guess we could try going out again tonight and try to convince them that we're not crazy people.
That we have their best interest in heart. As I say that, I'm like, these people.
I mean, I was thinking I could just take the shape of a cat and maybe waltz into the climb in through. Like, okay, first I gotta ask: is Lulu somewhere where there's a window, like bars?
It stands to reason. Well, I mean, glass exists, so you could, like, if the door was open, you could slip in, and then certainly if you can stay a cat for an hour, you can commune with your familiar. I think it's an hour. It's an hour or 10 minutes. Either way, I don't think you have enough time.
What's up?
It's either I forget off the top of my head. It's either an hour or it's 10 minutes commuting with your familiar. I'm pretty sure it's an hour to get your spells.
Internet keeps dying.
What?
Internet keeps dying. I can't understand a word you're saying. You're breaking out.
Better
Break it
now?
Weird.
Yes.
Okay, that's weird. Thank you, Thunderstorm! Not even gonna edit it out. It's just super stormy
Well,
here.
I heard you the whole
Can
time.
you stay? Can you be a cat for an hour?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure you can't. I could be wrong. But you have to commune with your familiar for a long time. It's not just like go high five.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it's in the prison cell, right?
Indeed.
Well, if she does it in the middle of the night, I assume no one's gonna go into the cell in the middle of the night to check on a chained down all, right?
Stands to
Probably.
reason. Makes sense.
It's unlikely that she would get caught inside the cell. That's my reasoning, but I mean, there's still a chance. You never know. People here are weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's only 1 minute per level.
Yeah. So you could, assuming the door was open, you could slip in and then commune with your familiar.
I'd basically have to break her out.
Mm-hmm.
Are there no windows in the cells?
There are windows, but glass
like
exists.
bars?
Glass exists
Oh,
on
okay.
Carrion, so like the outside windows would be glassed over. It's not like a prison complex. It's just like the drunk tank, basically. No, the prison complex is where you
It
came
lasts-
from.
It lasts for a minute level, it looks like.
Yeah.
B shape, yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, I guess I'm staying in then.
Alrighty. In that case, night falls on Ravengrow. I assume everyone rests. Everyone who has taken dex damage gets an additional point of dex damage returned to them.
I will, as long as I have the ability to, I will always be casting Keep Watch, and I will always be standing vigil through most of the night.
Okay, make a perception check then. So Malden sees, as the night goes on and everyone is doing a nap, nothing jumps out and scares anyone, but there's a lot of movement tonight. Lots of little, pinpricks of torchlight moving around Ravengrow. Some of them get pretty close to the manor. Close enough that you can't really make out, faces, but you can see, generally speaking, in 2s, in 3s, there are basically concerned citizens wandering the streets of Ravengrow with torches. Sometimes they get close enough that you can see the torchlight. Well, you have dark vision. They get close enough that you can definitely see that they, in most cases, have farm implements that they're carrying as if they were weapons. In a couple cases, there's crossbows. In a couple cases, there's like short swords, short spears. The town is like it's acting as if there were active threats all around it. It's sometimes, or not sometimes, oftentimes there will be like the sheriff and a couple people will like ride around town, but in the wake of the vandalism of the monument, the town is up in arms.
My question would be, is there no such thing as a curfew?
If there is, people are not respecting it.
Okay. I mean, there probably isn't if the sheriff is walking around and not yelling at people to get in their houses.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty clear to Malden it's going from like the rule of law to frontier justice pretty quick. In any case, the night passes, a point of dexterity returns to Asiri, a point of dexterity returns to Edgar, and after the first day ticks up, if Asiri can make could make a thunder strike. A fortitude save with a +4 for me. Everyone else is fine still. Asiri's was a 1. So
Fort +4.
Fort +4.
Okie dokie. Bada boom. 22.
Asiri did not die to rats. Asiri did not die to filth fever. I'm sure the cure is 1 save. I am gonna really quickly do a jump in here, and I'm gonna look at rat, and I'm gonna look at filth fever.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think it might be 2 consecutive saves.
I'm gonna take a look. Filth fever. Yes, it is. You are correct. Okay, so in that case, Asiri saves against it this time. She wakes up a little. Asiri has the chills, we'll say. Cold sweat beads up all over, and she's probably running a bit of a fever, but nothing much worse than that. The day dawns. What's the plan, team?
We need to make these. I think we should put the investigation on hold, and the only reason why I say that is we need to make these guys trust us, and they don't like us investigating this. And I remember they had a board where they put up stuff like missing dogs, cats, other things like that. You think we should do some of that just to help build up trust again? Or at
We
least help
definitely need to
Pat-
have our party at full strength, and we also need to have the equipment back. So whatever we do, we're not going back to that place until we figure this out.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Point taken.
We might be able to talk to the sheriff and straight up ask if we can make a deal that if we solve some of these problems for them, if they can at least release Lulu.
That is fair. I'm not going to argue.
No, you're not. You need that familiar back real bad.
I think that's a good idea. To get Lulu back.
Well, now we can't have constant ominous thunder
It is raining in Ravengrove.
in the background.
It is dark and scary.
Indeed.
Ah, it's a perfect weather for me to
Yes.
be outside.
You see the high production value here. Tommy even prepared sound effects.
Me and the Lord Jesus Christ, we had a talk, and he told me he could arrange a thunderstorm. I didn't know about the tornado thing, so we're gonna need to talk about that. But in any case,
Well, you critted on your wish to get bad weather.
yeah, be careful what you wish for, kids.
Alrighty then. I think we should go to the sheriff and see if anything happened last night.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Anybody
see
want to
if there's anything we can do to start producing goodwill.
Anybody want to do anything else?
No.
At least not for now. That should be our first priority
Well-
for now.
Check on Kendra.
Okay. Kendra is fine. She's honestly more worried about you guys than she's worried about anything going on with her.
Fair.
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, so first things first, we head over to the sheriff. As you guys depart onto the streets of Ravengrow, the patrols have not stopped. You don't get stopped by any of them, but you definitely get a lot of sideways glances. And for Siri, the people who would walk backwards in front of you instead just kind of glare at you, and you see hands definitely like tighten around pitchforks in some cases. Weapons are not drawn at this point, but like go down to where like an old rusty longsword might be hanging, that kind of thing. The whole town is just depressingly quiet and stormy today. You make your way to the sheriff, and he is still posted up with his feet up on his desk, just, well, what do y'all want?
To see if there's anything we can do to help.
Yeah, there seems to be quite a trust problem between us and, well, you people, which is kind of understandable, and we are trying to get that out of the way, so we are offering to solve some of those problems that are posted up on the board. Maybe you can release the pool chained up all.
Lulu does react when she sees Asiri come in. Just, it's clear she's being treated well. She's being fed, but she's like tries to like fly what she can in her little bird cage. Just, and then like mostly all that happens is she bangs her wings against the bars of the cage, and it shakes precariously, hanging like by a chain from the ceiling. The sheriff hears you, and, well, yeah, I suppose after grave robbing, you might want to do something to make amends.
Hold on. I'd never grave robbed anybody.
Same.
Y'all ever heard
I
of
was
the term?
drunk, but I didn't do any grave robbing. Being drunk isn't illegal so far, I think.
No, it's
I
definitely
thought
not.
being drunk was a good thing.
If being drunk was illegal, we'd arrested half this town a long, long time ago. Nevertheless, strangers come into town associating with strangers. Well, we here in Ravengrow, we trust our own, and we don't trust people such as yourselves. That said, if it were to come across my desk that we could figure out who was responsible for defacing the monument, that would go a long way. Suppose you could check up on the board in Center Town if you wanted to. I certainly would not stop you.
What
I will say to you two, and he points his fingers at Edgar and Asiri, is that in 4 days' time, town is going to have a meeting. In this meeting, we will discuss the events that have occurred recently, up to and including the defacing of our property and all of the other strange happenings about, to try to figure out what it is we're going to do about it. At this time, we will also discuss your grave robbing. We will also discuss what Grimbar tells me is some kind of vampiric alchemical. I don't understand.
I
That
honestly
thing.
don't know what it is myself.
Well, good. We're talking all about it. At that time, we will determine your punishment.
And I suppose diplomatic immunity won't do much.
I don't know how you think you're going to get diplomatic immunity right now, girl.
Yeah, me either.
Best y'all can hope to do is prove to myself, Father Grimborough, and the rest of Ravengrow at large that y'all are just good-intentioned ne'er-do-wells. He just kind of stares at you, says nothing else.
My internet cut out again and I missed that.
Did everyone miss that?
No,
No,
I
I
had it.
heard it.
Ah,
No, it's just me.
poo-poo on you. Go be a nice person.
Prove that
We
we're
do have
well.
we do have suspicions of who could have defaced the monument, but as of right now, we can't prove anything, so it's a little difficult, as you see.
Yeah, we found them tracks too. I lead back to Gibbs's shack, but I don't think it was a man that made those tracks. Near as I can tell, something crawled out the river.
That's an interesting thought. That didn't occur to me.
Could I use the my geography skill to figure out where the river goes?
Yeah,
If
totally.
I already know that. Okay.
You certainly can. I'll certainly bring up a map of Ustalov. Preparation.
Geography.
Geography.
Did it roll?
It did not.
Roll
my friend.
again. There we
Okay.
go, 14.
A 14 it is. I need a map of Ustalav. That's not a map of Ustalav. That's a picture of the Whispering Tyrant. That doesn't help me at all. Ustalav Pathfinder. Fun fact, if you Google Ustalav Pathfinder, I'm probably in the first, 5 or 6 on Google Images. Is the old Intersea Region 5-minute tour video. I'm number 1 still. Ha ha! Go, Tommy! In any case. We'll do a scroll on this picture here. Woo! Ravengrow is really, really tiny. But somehow it's on the map. Okay, so Lake Lias is basically right outside Ravengrow. Ravengrow does not make a lot of money from fishing, but they certainly are able to sustain themselves and basically families for generations to come over the fish in the lake. The Viztir River cuts across the breadth of Canterwall County. Actually, the Viztir River terminates at that lake. It cuts back up across Canterwall County through both Ardeel and Odronto counties to eventually merge with the Monterey River, which basically just runs from one lake to another across the breadth of the country. It doesn't leave Ustalov.
Okay. So it's the river system's all in Ustalov.
Correct.
It doesn't exit. Okay.
That's not scary at all.
Nope.
But does the river run next to Harrowstone?
Yeah, doing a look. It does not. The body of water sitting at Harrowstone is an independent body of water, just like a little tiny lake that's not big enough for a map.
Good to know.
Well, guys, I think we should go find some lost puppies or something, whatever's on the board.
Yes, let's try to do whatever we can to make these people not be as openly hostile towards us.
I like that.
Okay. Fair enough. You guys actually, I'm pretty sure it's just right outside town, or right outside where y'all are, is a... Oh, doing a look on this book. Basically just 5 gigantic posts that have been jammed into the ground, and then people will affix little notes to them. There's not... Actually, the only thing that's on them right now is a sizable post that seems to be duplicated across all 5 of the individual posting poles. In common at the top, in big giant letters that y'all can see before you get up to them, it says Wheel Day Parchment, which, as Siri would know, being a native without having to make the checks, is basically the closest thing Ravengrow has to a weekly newspaper. It's written by one of the councilmen of the town, and it more or less just sums up the current politics of Ravengrow. Other than that, nothing really jumps out. No one's missing a puppy. No one's missing a loved one, anything like that. Well, that's not true. There's a bunch of postings from the sheriff in regards to, like, just kind of a general, if you see suspicious people, please report it to the sheriff's office as soon as you possibly can.
Great, we can report ourselves.
Hey, we did it. Now, you already all did that, and that's why we're in the hole that we're in right now. Don't do that again.
Yeah, getting caught really, really set us back.
Yeah. We'll talk more about that when I do my
the beans too.
I'll inspect the newspaper.
Okay. So it's been sitting there for a while. Wheel day is, if I remember correct, it's Wednesday. And it's probably like, we've ticked over to Monday now. There's not anything really special in the newspaper other than Laura Moore's pending funeral. Basically, like just a quick obituary about his time at the University of Lepidstadt. And it's not the nicest, but it's not like hateful either. It's just kind of like, he did this, he died, funeral will happen when people arrive, because he wasn't the most liked man here. In addition, there are like town hall meetings for the price of grain and things of that nature that you might find in a small town. Nothing that jumps out at you, nothing that would go a long way towards redeeming yourselves, basically. There's no one else at these polls, but there are several people moving about the square, and they all see you. Some people stop and stare. Some people quickly find another thing to do, but it's very obvious that they're just trying to look like they're busy. Some of the impromptu militia slow their pace a little, or find the time to talk to a stranger on the street, more or less just keeping you guys within eyesight.
All right, folks. Any other bright ideas?
I'm almost at a loss. This place just seems like it wants to destroy us.
I don't really feel welcome here. If it wasn't for the will that we watch over his daughter and the problem with a captured owl, well, I know most of you probably don't care as much, but I've known Lulu some time longer. We went through a life and death situation before.
You did?
Yep. Lulu back then also ended up being chained to rocks. That seems to be a common thing. I'm not quite sure if it might be Lulu that's drawing all this bad luck to us, because every time I meet Lulu, I end up in a deadly struggle. Last time it was cultists who wanted to sacrifice everyone to their evil god they were praying to. I almost died back then. I lost a couple of my teammates, actually.
Oh. My condolences for you.
It's been a long time. By now, I've made peace with it. There's many evil cults out in these lands.
So this was nearby?
Oh no, it was. How far would that village be away from here, Tommy? Any idea?
Pretty far. Almost like on the
Yeah.
other side of Ustalov.
Yeah. So I give them like the name of that fishing village, probably knowing that they probably haven't heard of it. Even so, I think it was like a town-sized, was it?
The
If
town
we
of,
check
quite
near the
sure.
river,
the town of Ilmarsh it's basically like right on the border of Ustalov, and I'm gonna look at my map, hold on. Ustalov and where's Ustalov? And Razmiran.
I don't know how famous that city is, so
Not really.
if any one of them would know about it.
Yeah, no, it's not famous at all, really.
Okay, yeah, that's what I figured. I mean, aside from being somewhat rich because of the fishing, they seem to be a pretty backwards place.
Accurate.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that you lost so many people. Evil cults need to be eradicated as soon as we find them. Well, if we are able to, of course. It's always dangerous when going into a nest of evil.
Yeah.
So,
And that place, it seemed to be that there might have been the whole town in it. At least the inns were in it.
since there's not much on the
Okay.
board,
We got, just when we arrived there, like the innkeeper, all the drinks and food, there was poison in it that put us to sleep.
If we are ever offered food and stuff like that, I can tell if there's poison in it.
That's the most useful ability.
Isn't it?
that is very useful.
I will run all my food by you in the future.
Yeah.
All right. I do think something the sheriff said is kind of sticking with me about something might have come out of the water of the river. I think we should maybe walk the river a little bit and check the river. I don't know.
Yeah.
That just seems to have stuck
we
in
do
my
have
head.
we do have 2 experienced trackers,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
Me personally, I'm not good with those things. I'm more of a people person. But you
Yes,
can
very
see if
people
you
person.
guys can. Well, I didn't get into jail yet, and the only time that I got nearly caught, I was easily talking my way out of it without spilling any secrets. So
Yeah. My training did not teach me much on skills such as that.
Oh, shush.
So
You
I
do
am
realize
glad
we're in
you are-
public, right?
well, the people are staring at us, but they are hardly standing close enough to listen in on everything.
Yeah, they're definitely
Yeah, I'm
keeping their
pretty sure they
distance.
don't want to get close enough to me.
I think we should go walk the river and then just see if anyone needs help, like cleaning their house or something like that. But nothing heavy.
Earn back 1/2
Small
point
kindness.
of trust by cleaning house.
Yeah, I think at that, Geldon somewhat face palms. It's like,
And you two actually need to go curry favor back with the church, and after
Yeah.
grave robbing, you're going to have to curry favor with the Pharasmites.
yeah. If you want to clean anything, maybe clean the temple of Pharasma. That
Yeah.
might actually not be a bad idea, because the priest is pretty much the one that you have the greatest need to get in the good books. So we should maybe just ask him directly if he has anything that we can do to redeem you two.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm in agreement, but I think right now we need to walk the river.
Let's
Yes.
rock it.
yeah, I like that.
Okay.
All right.
Understood. You guys walk that river. The tracks are they're older now, obviously, but they're still there. Or no, you know what? They're not, because it's raining really hard. The mud has washed away the tracks.
Look at that. How great.
Thanks, tornado
So we'll
warning.
walk
Well.
along the river. What?
I said thanks, tornado warning.
It's pretty much. He's just saying that the weather that he has is pretty much affected what weather we had in game.
Pretty much. We've already established it because there's thunder noises.
Yeah. I mean, that was totally made by you. That was played from a track. High production value and stuff.
Oh yeah, you got it.
We may not be able to follow the tracks, but we can sort of at least look around.
Okay.
Exactly. We'll walk the river for a little bit. I don't know, a few hours, just walking up and down the river.
Yeah, I mean, while normal drag marks and stuff are gone, you might still be able to find things like torn up grass and like broken twigs and stuff like that. That's something that you would still be able to see even after rain. Maybe you can see something like that.
That makes sense. Okay. I will take survival checks if you're trained. I will take perception checks if you're not.
I would suppose that anything
Oh,
using
let
the
me
river would be
roll that.
trying to cover its scent in some way. So perhaps it would go in a direction where the scent would be washed away. So downriver.
I'm amazed that I keep rolling skill checks with a +0 bonus just so high.
I would love to have that 17.
I'll give myself some guidance beforehand, so I get an extra +1.
Man.
Of course.
Because why not?
Mm-hmm.
If you see where he was that witch,
Oh
you
my
could,
gosh!
I would totally be fine with trading my roll for one of you guys' rolls. Your bonuses are way higher than my measly +0.
Okay.
Yep.
So Geldern has it in his head that possibly there could be like broken twigs, disturbed grass, so on and so forth along the river. The river does cut right through town, so it's not hard to find things like that. And in addition, like, it's kind of gross, but like humanoid trash, which is kind of just thrown in the direction of the river. Sometimes people try to throw the proverbial chamber pot into the river and it falls short. Thankfully, that is also being washed away.
Well,
Yeah.
that annoying guy from last time, the drunken guy, I would also call him human trash, but that's a different story.
Fair enough.
Is that being walked down the river?
No, he is not. But nothing else really is. It's raining pretty hard. It's not like the river's in danger of flooding or anything, but it's definitely, like, it is up a little bit. Edgar sees nothing really out of the ordinary. He's able to pick out, like, some of the tracks remain, and Edgar is able to find them despite the weather, but nothing else. And the tracks are definitively humanoid. At no point when you guys tracked them the first time did they enter or exit the water. They terminate at Gibbs's house.
Interesting.
Well, seems like this is a dead end for now. I don't assume that casting Detect Magic will give us any results here. It would be strangely random to find a magic ping here.
I'm because of the sheriff said something could have crawled out of the water. I'm just detecting undead.
You get nothing.
Listen.
All right.
Detecting magic?
You probably ping the carbuncle, but that's about it. And I guess also with the survival check, Edgar would know that like that did not happen. The sheriff is just not seeing that, or he's unable to figure it out on his own and has made a false conclusion. You guys definitely would have found the tracks go into the water if that was the case, short of something like being able to be in the water and then teleport out of the water and then run down and do the deed and then run back and then teleport into the water, which is unlikely.
All right. Well, then we should probably go
Did anyone
talk to
detect magic on Gibbs?
No one has detected magic on Gibbs thus far.
Siri was asking that in character.
No,
No.
but I mean, will he really just stand there and let us detect magic on him? It is still casting a spell.
Yeah, he will probably freak out when we cast spells and aimed at him. Even so, I'm somewhat tempted to see that.
If you want to cast on him, you would have to cast from inside a bush or something where he couldn't see you.
Or at least someone had to like cover you so that you can't see it.
Yeah.
Indeed.
All right, I guess we should probably go back to the Phrasmite Temple and see if we can do something to curry favor with them, even though they really hate us.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. I can understand them. Grave robbing is not something that the priest of Pharasma like. I mean, priests in general won't like that, but priests of Pharasma, they hate that even more.
That they do.
And originally, we weren't trying to grave rob. We were trying to figure out what the professor was looking for there. If the professor didn't take the stuff, why did you guys got making it?
Yeah. True enough, I wasn't expecting actually for there to be stuff there. I more expected like some kind of clue being hidden in there instead of like potions and stuff.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay, so you guys hike back over across town to the Church of Pharasma. As you guys enter, there's no one stops Chewie or I need to quit saying that. No one stops Edgar or Asiri from entering into the church, but as that happens, like people do reach down to their belt where daggers hang. Grimborough is sitting at the moment he is just kind of casually sweeping up in between the pews. There are some people in here that aren't necessarily here to pray, more so just trying to get out of the weather. He moves his snake bites so he can do his without no teeth voice, because he wasn't expecting to be Grimborough today. What can the Church of Pharasma do for y'all?
These two here would like to repent in some way, if there is a possibility of such things.
I see. And what is it you two think you can do to excuse lying, to excuse grave robbing? Go on, I'll listen.
Wouldn't that be what you would decide?
No, I'd say it's on them.
I always thought that the wronged party is the one who should decide the punishment or the way to redemption in that case.
Precisely.
Well, I honestly don't know what could fully absolve us of our punishment. We could help you all around here. Help clean up the place. We could help. Since you're sweeping right now, which is nothing compared to what we did, or if you all have leaky roofs or anything like that, if there's anything we can do, I am willing to do it.
I can offer healing.
Diplomacy check to both of you.
Alright.
It's true, at least the shaman can both perform magical and non-magical treatments.
Indeed.
Diplomacy.
Okay.
Does Grimborough know what I am?
Are you openly revealing it to him?
No. I just didn't know what I didn't know. Like I don't think he knows what I am as in a class or race.
He might have some vague idea of the class, but as far as the race goes, unless you like pull down your hood, they have no idea.
Yeah, he knows I'm a worshiper of Pharasma. That's it.
Correct.
Or Fronia.
Mm-hmm. And like you are a little more militant than others. He might assume like a war priest. He might assume an inquisitor. It's meta. Anyway, Edgar and Asiri make their overtures, and it's.
Yeah, when Gelden sees Isiri struggle with her words, he puts in some good words here and there, and doing a help action to see if we can boost whatever she's trying to bring across a little bit.
All right. Yeah, no, under normal circumstances, somebody were to come into my church in broad daylight and admit they was wrong and say they'd be willing to help clean up, fix the roof, etc., etc., I might be inclined to believe them. With that in mind, recent events have left the church, well, let's just say we got our own problems and we take care of our own. We don't need outsiders helping. If y'all wish to help me sweep, I won't say. As if nothing ever happened. So sometimes there's a tornado. Sometimes my power just goes out. In either case, this session is hexed. So, Robin was saying something. And then I lost it.
Okay. I'm trying to remember. Right. I think the part I felt when you cut out was when I said to the party that I don't see much that we could do to please this priest of Pharasma aside from randomly stumbling across some undead and vanquishing them.
That does seem to track, yes.
I think we've decided that there are four things that we need to or are going to do or try to do. One of which is go back to the graveyard, even though that's going to be a risky proposition with, being grave robbers in our party. Another one is go to Harrowstone and try to get back in there. Another one is to go and try to convince council members to vote in favor of us to see if they have anything they need done. And then the last one is to invest Gibbs. That is what we currently understand and how we're breaking it down.
Malden has the right of it. Those are all pretty accurate.
With Gibbs, I think investigating that, it'll be us investigating the town, basically, their family. That might not go well right now.
Mm-hmm. Especially with him being a leader in a way, but more of a leader of people that are undesirable in the town.
He's a leader of the underclass.
Indeed. And as Siri would know, Gibbs has no family in town. Like, not out.
But the whole town is family.
Correct, yes. That is accurate. But Gibbs has no, anybody who cares about him, really. Except for his drinking buddies. Which happens to be a lot of the people in town. At least, the lower class.
So
people.
I will leave this up to the party on what we want to attempt first.
Because we don't have... For me...
I think money is important,
spells,
so maybe...
we should go to the council.
To the council members' houses?
Yeah.
And see if we can convince council members, see if they can also get us money and whatnot. Sounds good to me.
Yep.
Fair?
Yeah, that so far sounds like at least something that you can try.
Okay. Sounds good to me. So as you guys go wandering, I will, a thing happens. Hey, Emmy, what's double zeros mean?
We could have been buying fish.
Okay, so as you guys make your way, if you could all make perception checks for me. Yeah, it definitely does. Suddenly it gets really foggy and a big angry horse comes out and you all die.
What?
Well,
Emmy gets
that was meant to be a +0, not a +5. So it's just a 3, not an 8.
Oh,
17.
that's
So pretty much seeing
Sandpoint
nothing.
Devil.
Is this considered darkness?
No. Broad daylight.
Okay.
The rain has cleared up at this point.
Woo!
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Okay,
That's
that time my
Wow.
tabs crashed. I don't know what
Good
went
call.
down. I am
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, the 2 Tommies.
Two great.
Twice the Tommies.
That's all
Twice.
you need. All of
Twice the
them.
GM power.
The tabs crashed. As they did that, they have all of my information from Roll20 is no longer in there, and I must enter it again manually. Here's hoping I remember it.
Oh, fun.
Here we go. All right. So as that happens, I'm just gonna keep pressing buttons, and oh, there it is. Nice. I got it in one. I'm very proud of myself personally.
These were her abilities to make it a critical by turning it from a 19 to a...
As that happens, we pass on to another new event, and I'm just gonna keep horribly terrifiedly looking at Hangouts to make sure I didn't crash again. Not that one. Oh, did I do these out of order? Oopsie on me. Okay, so all of you hear the sounds of someone playing a... Oh, what did they play? A man has his window open, and you can see him as you turn the corner. And again, this will be a theater of the mind encounter, because that's how most of them are set up in Carrion. The sound of his fiddle echoes out as you guys are walking by, and y'all see the creatures involved in the encounter as this happens. The melody starts out really just like a kind of a slow, mournful 3-4 time piece, which is not uncommon in this part of the world. But kind of out of nowhere, it goes from, and I guess I'm self-serving myself here because I don't know who knows music, but it goes from 3/4 to 6/8, and the tempo picks up by like double and change as basically the man just starts running arpeggios up and down his violin, shredding, if you will. As this happens, they're not very big. Knowledge and nature check would identify what they are. If anyone who's trained in them would like to roll them, yes, it's a monster thing.
Okay, then that is a +3 to this. 17.
Nice. Okay, you definitely, absolutely are able to identify little bright red, about the size of a house cat, with bat wings insects. Not just one pair, but two. Not unlike like Crobat, think. Its thin legs tangle down at the bottom. The most important part of it is its needle proboscis that extends way far out in front of its face. Sturges descend from the eaves of a nearby building. I'm just going to roll initiative, and we'll keep what we have now for time's sake, because today's session is hexed. We don't even have a tier 1 shaman here, and it's hexed. Okay, so Rat 1 is Sturge 1, and Rat 2 is Sturge 2, and nice. And we will go descending. They start out 30 feet away from you, and one of the Sturges goes first. Nice. So, really quickly, I assume no one is trained in Perform?
I am not.
No.
Nope.
Okay, nice. So one of the Sturges drops down and rolls 1d4, so I don't just pick on my shaman forever. Okay. It flies in Geldern's direction and is able to make it there in a move action. It flies onto your square and lands onto your body. Bear in mind, this is about the size of a house cat, and it just kind of like lands on your shoulder. All right, you are flat-footed, so this attack targets your touch minus dexterity. Bang! 17.
That totally hits.
So then, as
My
this,
AC is 10 anyway.
as this
I
thing,
don't wear armor.
as this thing lands, you notice at like the last second that the feet of this little thing are barbed, and Malden would know this certainly. That's how it's a giant mosquito, more or less. They latch on, and they are known to drain dry livestock, children that go missing, and a full-grown humanoid is not out of their wheelhouse to do so. As this happens, it is effectively grappling you, and
Well, how effectively is it grappling me on a level where it hinders my spellcasting?
yes, you have the grappled condition.
God damn it.
Rather, you don't have the grappled condition. It has the grappled condition. But then the proboscis goes into your shoulder, and there's nothing to roll here. You take 1 point of constitution damage, and I roll.
Oh, God damn it. And that right before I need to do all the rolling for the freaking sickness.
Indeed. And if you can make a fortitude save for me.
After I take the 1 con damage, I assume.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, fun. So that's a 3.
Oh Lord. Oh Robin. Oh, my
How many
God.
diseases am I starting to stack up?
A lot. Hang on 1 second. I'm gonna get a little fun with this. It says in its entry you could get filth fever or something else with charity. Nah, we can do better than that. Diseases, AON, Pathfinder. I'm gonna see how many you could possibly get, and then you'll roll on a table. Oops, you got Dragonbane. Okay. Let's just take a look
It's
at
a giant mosquito. It's obviously malaria.
That would make sense. 1, 2, 3.
Our party just seems to keep getting destroyed.
56, 18, 19,
Oh man.
21,
Well, I
22,
remember
23,
Tommy said this was
Healer,
the
please
hardest book.
get cure diseases as soon as possible.
So this is going to be a really weird thing to ask you to roll, But if you could roll me, you can type it in and it'll roll it. A D41. There are 41 possible diseases.
Yeah, I know.
Let's have funsies. There's going to be some really mean stuff in here that we trip over, and I'm going to feel so
10.
bad. 10. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, my. Oh, my. Oh, my. Oh, my. Okay, fair enough.
No.
Oh, no. Molden, you're up.
Oh no!
Oh my! Oh no!
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I will immediately cast Summon Monster
Roger
at
that.
second level, which rolls the turn orders in the way. Which rolls a. I need to roll D3. Okay.
A D3. Is there a D3 plus 1?
Yep, I'm typing it in now. Hey, 3 eagles surround that creature that just attached himself to Geldrin.
The giant scourge.
Duly noted.
Surge, yes.
Yeah.
And they will all make 3 attacks.
Yes, sir.
Go, Eagles, go.
Ah, no!
Do we have a
My
danger?
macro didn't work.
Dang it!
Yeah, my macro didn't work. Alright. I'll just do this. I gotta make these macros. I'm gonna be working on them later.
Of course.
So is this Eagle Force 1?
There's first eagle.
Oh, a net 20.
If the first eagle would like to confirm the critical.
First eagle to try to confirm.
Okay. If that eagle would like to flavor
18,
that
that
kill.
should confirm. Nice.
Fun.
Well, that's a claw, so as it tries to bite it first tries to bite it, then it tries to claw it, and then the last claw, it finally just tears into the abdomen of the creature and just rips it out as the blood that is currently sucking out of our ally here just immediately just pulls right through it and just it's a gory mess.
And it pops, and blood goes everywhere.
Yeah.
And then
Mostly mine, I assume.
2 more eagles have
Then-
2 more actions.
All right, then the other 2 eagles will try to get to the other. How far is the other sturge?
They could fly to it. It's within 30 feet.
Okay, then they will both fly to it and both try to bite it.
Okay.
So that's 1 attack each.
Alrighty. 18 hits, 13 misses,
Okay. Add 2 to that, so 6 points of damage.
which is enough to flavor that kill.
What?
It bites and snaps the neck of the tiny neck of usually. I believe sturges have tiny necks, so it immediately goes to the neck and bites it and snaps it off, and the head rolls off the sturge.
Then it collapses, and initiative is over.
I'm thankful for the help, but I do wish sometimes you guys could take them out before they get to me.
We just gotta be
I
quicker
did
than
as
this
fast
next
as I
time.
could,
Yes.
but it's not. While the danger, the immediate danger is over, I don't think we're out of the woods yet. Because from what I saw, it looked like somebody was controlling them with music. We must find that person and find out what's going on. So I immediately go towards the building that I think I saw the window.
The arpeggios are still running full tilt.
I'd like to use survival just to look for tracks, clues, stuff like that before going in the house. See
Of
what I can
course.
find.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Galen will use a detect magic.
I get my
Critical.
eagles to get my eagles to follow me.
Of course. So do you want
Lasts
to
for 3
just
minutes
like,
now.
do you want a B&E? Are we just trying to kick down the front door of this place?
I'm not
I can
sure.
have the eagles go straight to the window.
I'm not sure how good it is to kick the doors in a town that is so unwelcoming to us.
I agree. I'm not going to kick the door down, but I'm going to be knocking on it very angrily.
Okay. Actually, you know,
While
on that
eagles
note,
fly through the window.
there's you cast a spell, so that spell is loud, and people heard it, and then the eagles show up and go "Caw!" So that was also loud. So the music has stopped at this point, and everyone is kind of like turned to look at you, including the man who still has his violin like it's up and ready. But just kind of staring like dumbfounded out his window. You knock on his door and he goes, opens it. Why, yes, a half-elf man.
Are these creatures your business?
Your eagles? No. I should say
No, these sturge that attacked me.
I should say no.
In such.
Sense motive.
Yeah, they're not his.
Big guy.
He's just kind of, his house is a little nicer than everybody else's. It's about on the same level as the Lorimar place. And he kind of just looks down his nose up at you, because he's considerably shorter than Molded, of course. Looking up down his nose. No, they are not mine.
Is he a council member or something like that?
He's not. He looks to be
Okay.
just somebody who happens to have a little more money than everybody else. That kind of thing.
So it was just coincidence that he was playing music when the sturge attacked?
Seems to be.
Detect alignment. I'll start with evil.
He does not ping his evil.
And then good, lawful, chaotic. I want to find out what alignment he is.
He pings none of them. And Molden would know he pings none of them because he is not, in a mechanical sense,
Strong enough.
he does not have 5 or more hit dice, nor is he some kind of divine caster. He has no aura to detect.
Yeah.
At this point,
Presence of magic.
no magic really. At this point, a little half-elf boy seems to run in the family. Comes walking up, Papa, will you go back to playing your music, please? Of course. And he shuts the door on you. And it goes back to the really, really fast arpeggios.
Remember that song that we had earlier
Yeah.
of those children? Sturge were in there.
Yeah, that was
So-
quite the creepy song.
Tommy. Can
And
you
we
hear
were just attacked with Sturge.
Tommy, yes? I hear Chewie.
me? Okay. Did my 20 on survival get anything when looking at the stages?
Not really. Yeah. You get, if you were to harvest them, their proboscises could serve as like the syringer from Fallout 4, that kind of thing. There's also like a mild numbing agent, like a mosquito, right? When it bites you, you don't necessarily feel it. But they don't seem to be anything other than ordinary sturges.
Ah, okay.
It's not, also I guess with that survival check, it's not uncommon for sturges to make their way into little towns like this. They're a nuisance. They definitely could like kill a cat, but they're not much more than just vermin.
Hmm.
Do sturges like sounds? Like, would they, react sort of like if someone played music loud enough, high enough, they would react to it, sort of like a dog whistle. Would
Nature
that
check.
survival get that?
Knowledge nature.
Okay, thanks. Alrighty.
I'm picturing that scene from Sherlock Holmes where he's like playing that instrument and the flies are changing the direction in which they are flying. Or they're like flying in circles.
14.
Not really. They aren't normally drawn to magic. They're not vermin. They're true magical creatures. They usually travel in a lot bigger groups than this. Usually, like, you could expect anywhere up to like 40 in a full colony of sturges. The fact that only a couple of them ran into you is odd, but not necessarily unheard of. You would know that with that knowledge nature check, you know that Geldern should probably clean that wound pretty quick, because these things feed on basically whatever they can land on, and so they, much like mosquitoes, they can spread diseases all over creation and back.
Alright.
Yeah, that's
You should slap a
Somewhat
band-aid on that.
a big band-aid. That thing has
quite the syringe.
Anyone want the syringe? Or should I just let these things decompose?
Indeed.
Alright. Decompose.
Probably just let them decompose.
No alchemists here.
Should we at least throw them into the forest? Out of their remains, for they're not in the city streets?
Well, one of them doesn't have a lot of remains. Sturges are also like a mosquito. They drain blood from things. Like ticks, they can only do it for so long before it'll become too fast to fly, and it'll just balloon up, right, to a point where it would just kind of lay around lazily and full, and then it got bitten by an eagle. So one of them is kind of just bits and pieces. People are staring though.
Is there a garbage can?
Oh man, guys, to be totally honest, at this point I feel like I should probably spend more time in bed. I've been attacked by too many diseases-carrying creatures.
Alright.
Well, what's the plan, team?
Well, we wanted to speak to some of the councilmen.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the current goal that we were going towards.
Yep.
Alright, if we decide to stick to that plan, we shall do so. The closest to where you are now, where you would have been heading, as I do a scroll throughout Ravengrove, gonna find some people who are important. We're gonna talk to them. Not them, not them, not them. That's the jail. We've already been there. Okay. So, you guys all know Vashian Hearthmount. He was present at the funeral. He was there for the reading of... He was the man who read the will to you. He lives on the outskirts of town in a very, the Lorimore place is pretty nice. His place is very, very, very nice and generous, and more than one man could ever need. You guys would... Well, Assyria would know that though there is no, de facto leader of the council, he is the most experienced. He is a retired military vet. He kind of just took up the mantle of counselor to keep that sense of importance in old age, because now he's too old to ride off in Blastwall or at the Whirlwind or what have you. That said, all the other council members kind of defer to him. You approach, knock on the door. The door is opened by a quiet little human woman who's bent over with old age, and she nods and goes to open her mouth before... Now. I see. So our grave-robbing friends have come to my door. I think I may have a different voice from session 1, but and council member Hearthmount walks to the door. Yes.
And go.
We were wondering if you had any stuff for us to do. Like odd jobs and stuff, just to help make a better first impression on you all, since it's not been going well. Yeah.
We are trying our best to make up for our crimes.
I see. Well, unfortunately, I have enough help on my property to take care of anything I might need, and fortunately, I'm not so old. And he steps slightly to the right in such a way that you can see his personal family coat of arms displayed over the mantelpiece with a kite shield and a great sword on one end and a lance on the other end, forming an X pattern over that shield. Immediately above it is the head of a particularly large bear that has been mounted on his fireplace. Fortunately, I am not so old as to not be able to participate in a hunt. No, I think I should need nothing from you.
Maybe I could have helped join you on the hunt or something. I was a trapper before.
I think I can do enough hunting for myself.
Would the community as a whole need some animal skins or animals then?
Ravengrove is
Extra.
quite good at taking care of itself, Damphir. He begins mock cleaning his nails with his thumbnail under his fingernails as he looks down at that, clearly trying to feign the I'm very busy and preoccupied.
I'm sorry to have wasted your time.
Apology.
Assyria will walk off.
The door closes.
Well, that was a failure.
Yeah.
Well, Molten, maybe me and you should write to our churches, see if they can get some representatives down here to help us out,
I don't
at
know.
least.
There's no church around here. There's just no church around here.
It will take
Well,
several
you probably,
days.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. You would need to send a message, which would probably already take several days. Then they would need to receive it and travel several days back here.
This also
If they
assumes that
send
they don't get accosted by ghouls, vampires, werewolves, oh my, on the road.
Yeah,
Well-
and that your churches are actually going to defend you against what seems like grave robbing. I mean, it's pretty much very hard to not say that it was grave robbing.
It was definitively grave robbing.
So shall we
I
investigate?
But it was a false tomb. I'm still saying it's a false tomb. It's not a real grave, so we couldn't be robbing a grave.
That's what they're
Do
holding
I
to.
need to make a knowledge religion check to know about the prestige class my deity offers? Or would I
Crimson
just
Templar?
know they exist?
You know
Yeah.
Crimson
Do I
Templars
know they
exist.
exist?
Yeah, totally.
Well, I know we can. I know my church won't be able to get to it in time, but if we did, the Crimson Templars, they walk a thin line, and they would definitely understand grave robbing served a greater goal.
And you would also know that the closest Crimson Templar to where you guys are now is in the World Wound. Far too busy.
Yeah, he's far too busy for my man to help me.
Well, I think we are running out of options. We should probably make our way back to Harrowstone. Nobody
Yeah.
seems to want our help. They don't want us to help. That's
There
specifically.
was the one.
Go
one
on.
thing about the guy on the outskirts of the village.
We still have Gibbs to investigate.
Yeah, Gibbs. That was the name. That's one of the last leads that we might still have. There might be something in his hut.
Yeah.
And you think breaking in will be any better for us?
No, I think we should actually watch him maybe overnight or something. Just have I think he's the one that wrote on it, but I don't think he was of the right frame of mind, if you were.
Well, I guess that means camping outside.
Which also means a Siri, or not, whatever her name is being left alone.
Kendra?
Kendra, that's it.
Should we risk splitting the party?
Yeah.
From past experiences, no.
And you can turn into a cat. You said
For some time, yes.
he would not notice a cat following him.
Oh, maybe she should use the night first to try to visit her familiar and gain her spells. She's somewhat helpless in her current state.
I
I
mean,
mean, not to diminish your healing capabilities.
to be fair, if we run into something that's a little less alive than those rats were, I could probably do a sizable chunk of damage to it.
Well, at least you're no longer dealing sizable amounts of damage to our damp here.
Indeed.
And, well, I'm fine with going back to Hearthstone or investigating, but I think if we get caught, we'll just intensify our punishment. But one thing's sure I know, once this month is over, I'm leaving this town and I'm buying myself a drink. Since I don't even want to get drunk here. They
Yeah.
already hate me.
Well, once this is over, I'm probably gonna cross out this town's name on all maps I own.
Yeah, this town is blacklisted.
Yeah.
Indeed. Okay. So I've
Where
heard
should we go?
I've heard go to Harrowstone. I've heard go camp out at Gibbs's place.
Well, I think we should give Gibbs's place at least one shot, because today we're not doing anything else anyway, I assume. What time is it by now?
At this point, you've talked to a couple people and you've made it around town and you squished a stir. It's probably about 1 o'clock in the afternoon at this point.
Okay.
We got time to kill.
That is accurate.
Yeah.
Hearthstone then.
Also, could you one more time please perform your medicine help on whatever I might have caught from this sturge?
Sure.
I'm worried that I might have
I'll take a look.
caught even more diseases.
And I will assist.
Oh, that's 26. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
not
I was assisting.
bad. Okay, fair enough. Duly noted. That
All right.
those are wildly
Thank you.
successful. And when you save not against the filth fever, but against the whatever you got from the giant mosquito, you will get a +4.
Well, for the other one too. For that one, we did it first, I think.
Of
Yeah.
course, yes. You have it on both.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alrighty. Oh,
just-
also worth
I just
worth
assumed that
noting. Worth noting.
There needs to
also-
be a second treatment for a different disease.
Yes. Which means we need one more. If you guys wanted to do it for Asiri, because Asiri will have to pass it again, she'll need another heal check.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Critical.
Oh, natural 20.
Looks good.
Well, should I even roll
Chewie
with
got
that?
you. Well, Chewie got you. He's like,
I'm not gonna risk getting a nat 1 after Chewie just got a nat 20 on me.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
The check is certainly successful. There will be a +4. Also, that only takes 10 minutes. Fun fact. It doesn't take nearly as long as I thought it did. Learning
to know.
about mundane healing, because no one ever uses it. Anywho. So, is it Gibbs's house or is it Harrowstone?
Harrowstone?
I say Harrowstone first and Gibbs' house on the way
Harrowstone.
back.
Sounds good to me.
I feel like you might be underestimating how much time Harrowstone could take, potentially.
Well, I do not think we should explore the whole place. I just think we should take a look on the outside, maybe peek our head in.
Oh, fair enough. Maybe exterminate some rats.
Maybe
Yes,
you can
definitely
send-
exterminate some rats.
You can send an eagle in.
I can send a few eagles in.
Yeah. Yeah, he can send in a small horde of eels. At least
You're
2.
summoning.
I mean, I have no idea what a 1d4 plus 1 is.
It'll be
What
swarm
is the plus
versus
what?
swarm.
I mean, it's literally Squadron Hawk. I didn't mean to do
Now I
that,
need
but it
to
really
equip
is.
the claw blades.
Yeah.
I need claw blades.
Indeed. Okay, so
Pick that next is my next week. Give him blades.
all right,
All
y'all
right.
head over to Harrowstone. Nothing
Yeah,
has
Harrowstone.
changed. The rats have disappeared.
That place seems to be important. It has a map.
Yeah. That's fair, I guess. Alrighty, team, what do?
Do we see any evidence of rats going back to back in there? Or?
Yeah, definitely. The little teeny tiny footprints of several hundred rats going back into Harrowstone and off somewhere else it's very apparent.
Okay. Well, I suggest we have Eagles go in first.
Smart.
Okay. Make it so.
Only 2.
Good
All
enough.
right, so I'll have 2 Eagles go in first.
Alrighty. One of them needs to make a will save for me.
Okay. Actually, what's its will save? +2. Okay.
Fair enough.
Okay.
So I misread this when it happened to Chewie. It's not rounds, it's minutes. The next 6 minutes.
Oh, geez.
Eagle feels the sensation that its skin is on fire, and y'all see it panic and like flap in midair and cry out. In any case, the rats do not come a scurrying out. It's eerily quiet except for the sounds of panicking Birdie. They are here for a very long time, out of game, or out of combat rather. 3 minutes. What do?
Let's walk in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whole party walks in.
Well,
yeah,
in single file type of deal.
yeah, I like that.
Eagles.
Alrighty, Eagles there.
Keep the beefier melee boys in the front and the squishier casters in the back.
Well, I think we should have like the squishies in the middle in case we get ambushed, because that happened with the centipedes.
Okay,
I guess
so I
I'll
see
get
Molden
that.
goes in first.
Yep.
Chewie's in the back.
In case we get ambushed.
Okay. If Geldern could
Oh.
put Geldern somewhere on the board, please.
Okay. Wait. I guess that way is single file. Can't quite make it because of the way
All
that
right.
the
Y'all
things are
know the
placed.
drill. I'm going to roll for initiative for him. And out bursting forth are a boatload of I almost said dogs. They're definitely not dogs. Dog swarm with filth fever. That's so much more terrifying.
Yeah.
Where did they burst out from last time?
I'll mark them on the board in a sec. Let me,
Okay, because
let-
yeah, that I would have not be standing right next to wherever they burst out from.
Of course. All right, so the second rat has a 16. The first rat has a pretty bad. Fortunately, this time you guys are looking a little better. Let me go over to the Layer Day GM. There's a tower over here. That's where they come out from. A Chitterin and a Scurrion, they do a thing. Geldern is first.
All right. Now that I'm level 3, I have new magics.
Where are they on the map? I don't see them at all.
You may not have line of sight to them. Oh, I'm on the gym level. I need to be on the Tolkien level. You do not have line of sight to them. You hear them from over here.
Gotcha.
We don't have line of sight for the rats.
You do not.
Okay, what are these things? Oh, that's the eagles.
Those are my
Oh.
eagles.
Yeah. You guys hear the sounds of them from to everybody's left, basically. There's a guard tower there. Like in the wall.
Oh, okay. Well, can I delay my turn?
Sure. Molden.
All right, I will send the eagles after them.
Okay.
Oh, you can actually see them?
No, but I've sent
Well,
them
they
after
may
the
be.
noise, so
Yeah.
and then I'll have them kind of land. Kind of land, but like be ready to get back up so they can do all their attacks.
Of course. So it's
Move over there.
you use a
And
move
ready in
action and ready in action to fly back up. Is what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, move action, ready in action to fly back up. And then I move over and I ready in action to hopefully kill as many rats as possible if they come at me.
Duly noted. Alrighty. Out comes a scurrying. Let's see here. 5, 10, 15. It uses a move action. It provokes from both eagles running into their square.
And then the fear effect, it's a -2 to my attacks?
Correct.
Okay. I don't know which one that affects, but they both do that.
They would both hit, even if any of those with a -2 is still
Oh,
fine.
wait. I'm going to tip that 19 over to a 20.
Duly noted. If the 20 could
So-
roll. Is there a range on that?
5 feet.
No, I mean
Or
a series
Crit
of
range. Oh, that one.
Oh, actually, I think you're right. It's got to be within 30 feet.
And even then, it's
So-
probably immediate action, and you don't have immediate actions when you're flat-footed. They are... Yeah, they're just out of range either way. Okay, fair enough. In any case, they both connect. Duly noted. The rats are... There are considerably less of them than there were before. Nevertheless, they're still numbering in the hundreds as you go swinging in and doing a bite. And this is where the ready to action to fly up is, I suppose?
Yep.
Okay, so then the rat cannot reach its target despite its best jumpies. So 5, 10, 15, it double moves to there. Geldern, would you like to do a thing?
Double moves there. Is
Yes.
that?
You've been delaying if you would like to use your initiative now.
Yeah, that's the question. Should I wait till both swarms have moved?
Probably.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I think I will keep waiting till the second swarm moves too.
Isiri?
Well, best I can do is wait for a lucky opportunity or some sort of undead to show up.
Noted. Edgar?
Well, you can keep ready to heal us.
I'm just holding. I'm getting in front of Siri, sort of to protect her if they get near her,
Okay, sure.
since her AC. So I'm just like moving like right here, just to be beside her,
15.
and I'm waiting since I have no range.
5, 10, 15, 10, 15. The second rat comes scurrying out, double moves.
Nice.
Edgar, or not Edgar, Geldern.
All right.
If you'd like to do the thing anyway.
Yes.
Okay.
Step right up to him and burn the crap out of him.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think if I go to over, can I?
They have no reach, so you can be right next to him and do
Yeah?
burning hands.
Okay.
This is very true.
Okay. I can step up and I just do burning hands to the front of me to hit both swarms.
Alrighty. I will
Since
try
I'm
my
level-
reflex save.
Since I'm level 3, that means 3, 4.
Okay. Duly noted. So
Yeah.
the thing about these rats
Yep.
is they're kind of all on top of each other. So as they try to go and get out of the way of sudden fire, mostly what happens is they trip over each other. In doing so, that means that both of the swarms, several of them are cooked, fricasseed, or otherwise destroyed. The rest of them scurry off.
Nice.
And initiative is
Well,
over.
The best part about swarms is that they take 50% extra damage from AoE attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Significantly less from regular attacks.
Yeah. Alrighty, the floor is yours.
Thank gosh.
I feel so much better. That was total revenge for last time.
Indeed.
I cautiously step forward in.
Okay.
I have the eagles just go over there and eat a few of the dead rats.
Are those eagles?
They're nice and toasted.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
good. Those
my
are
eagles kind of are phoenix-like.
Are the eagles what, Emmy?
No, I was wondering if those tokens were eagles. I go, oh, what just popped out?
Well, they're not eagles, they're hawks, but I mean, whatever. It is what it is.
What are these red lines on the board? Like the circles and stuff?
Again, like I said, if I were to, like, I grab you and move you over here, so the dynamic lighting shows you that stuff, there's just a lot of flowery nonsense all over the board. That's how, like, the Restlands was the same way.
Alrighty.
All right, we finally made it in the gate. Shall we continue?
Yeah.
I mean, we got so far. Let's move on.
So far, so good.
So where was the professor? Where did the professor die?
You don't know. You showed up, basically. You got back just in time for the funeral.
We were told about it by the
Oh, yes, that's
sheriff,
right.
though.
That's
It
fair.
was near
That's fair.
Gargoyle.
Alright, hang on one sec. It would be basically right. Doing a look. Right about here.
All right, that's where we should go.
Alrighty. Could everyone make a perception check?
And my eagles as well?
Please.
Okay.
Okay. I see a Molden. I see a Chewie. I see what I think is a Gildan.
Yep, the 16 is
Wait,
mine.
hang on. Mine's a total of 28 and 8, not a 7.
Gotcha. Okie dokie. So, a 2-story stone building looms in the center of the prison grounds. Ivy and moss cling tenaciously to the walls, while above the wooden shingles of the roof are often missing entirely, exposing the wooden rafters of the upper structure. Here and there, leering stone gargoyles perch on the eaves, once functioning as drain spouts and decorations, but now seeming to almost serve a more ominous role of sentinels. Many of these stone decorations have crumbled away and lie in ruined piles on the soggy ground below. Windows in the building's facade are narrow and blocked by grills of rusty iron bars. Stone columns support a slumping wooden balcony over the building's wooden front doors, both of which hang askew and reveal dark glimpses of chambers within.
Spooky.
So the gargoyles are way up there?
They are, like, if you see this U shape, like right here, that's a balcony on the second floor. The gargoyles are like
So they're
here,
above us.
Here,
That's-
here. Yeah. There are probably some that function like on planet Earth in 2019. We all know people that have like the stone lions outside their house, right? Like that. There are probably some as well.
Detect magic.
Nothing pings.
Detect undead.
Nothing pings.
Can I look around the area where we think the professor died to see if there's any evidence of a fall or a head smashing or something?
You may make a perception check.
Would survival also count?
You could.
Right.
Comes the survival.
I'll give myself whatchamacallit, the guidance.
Roger that.
Whoopoo!
Oh!
Okay, nice. So Chewie and Assyrian Molden go looking around, and it's all three of you kind of notice it at once in the grass around the, like, basically right where the grass hits Harrowstone, right around it. Oh, gotta do a scroll. Does anyone speak Varisian?
Nope.
Negative.
Nope.
Alrighty. Everyone probably at least recognizes the language, though. As you guys wander around the perimeter of that building, you notice the ivy and grass along the foundation of Harrowstone have been cleared out. And along the edge of the building, a series of runes has been etched and smeared over with blood. They go around the entire foundation of the building. In addition, except for the northeast corner where it's been flooded. They obviously can't dig into the water. They are very clearly written in Varisian, but what they say is confusing at best.
So it's in runes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does the writing match the V in the name Varisian?
No,
Or is-
no. The V, that
Okay.
was clearly written in common.
I know, but does it look like the same hand wrote it, type of a thing?
No, no.
Okay.
And I
Well,
guess
shall we walk around the outside?
as we've landed at time, real quick, I know, despite all of the horrible connection issues, time indeed it is. Real quick before we end, if I could get a Arcana or Religion check from the party.
Can I do both?
Of course.
Okay.
I'm doing religion, I believe.
A shoddy religion, but a religion nonetheless.
That's not a religion.
Okay.
Mine was almost a natural 20.
Indeed. I'm gonna throw, because I know Robin said he's on BR back. Here's a D20 from him. Yeah, okay. So the Arcanas don't really ping a lot of much, but between Molden and Edgar, you realize that these should have pinged as under detect magic, but it's obvious that whatever happened here that was magical happened a long time ago. And since the magic has gone, the magic is latent. It's no longer actively resonating with anything. That said, they do seem to be a part of a larger ritual. It seems to have evolved both the schools of necromancy and the school of abjuration. What they mean is hard to tell at best. But that's what we're going to call it for tonight. Thank you guys so much for watching. I apologize for the tornado and the loss of power and something bad and the loss of tabs. It's just not been. It's been the most hexed of all days for us here at BDG. But we'll be back next week to kill the party with rats. I mean, diseases. The diseases are there. We're good. Y'all gonna die of con damage. Anyway, say bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, guys.